Happy video day, guys. So for today's video, I know it's typically not a day that I would upload a video, but so I did get an item inside of my package that you guys were requesting for me to try. So I'm here to show you guys a first impression on this product and also go over a few things. I do believe this is kind of an important video if you guys are interested in this product. The product that I'm talking about is from Lawless Beauty. It's their Morning After Concealer. So this is their new whipped formula concealer that they just finished releasing, and I do know there's a lot of people very excited for this product, including myself. And yeah, guys, this product might have a few issues, and I think it's important for you guys to know before you go ahead and purchase. So let's go ahead and let's get into the video. So when it comes to the packaging, I think the packaging is really cute. Lawless does a really good job at marketing kind of their products. It's not necessarily that their products are packaged in the most beautiful packaging, because some of them are a little bit, standard. They have a cute little theme going, and I think the packaging is adorable. Once you pull out the concealer is just a standard square, kind of modern looking concealer. I do think it's a very cute packaging. It kind of mimics to me what the foundation from Lawless looks like in a smaller format, and it's a really cute concealer. I was a little shocked with the size. I thought it was on the small size. I mean, the KKW Beauty is probably the smallest concealer that I have, and it's, it's pretty much smaller than even the KKW Beauty one is. So that kind of caught me a little off guard. I was like, damn, you're a little tiny itty bitty little product there, But apparently they have a lot of product in here, because it has a lot more product in it than the KKW Beauty concealer. The Lawless concealer is going to be giving you 0.34 fluid ounces, whereas the KKW Beauty is only 0.162 fluid ounces. So you're getting more product in here. But we're gonna get to that. This product is retailing for $32 US. It's not a cheap concealer. So because of the price tag, we're kind of expecting some good product here. So Lawless Beauty is a brand. Products are clean products. They try not to use bad ingredients in their products. They're innovative in that way. They came out with an eyeshadow palette that had a lot of pigmentation for being so clean. There was a lot of things that Lawless Beauty does that is fantastic, and I am a huge fan of what they are doing, and I think it's incredible. That is why when I heard about this concealer, I automatically purchased it. Even with the $32 price tag, I was like, I want it. Like, I just really, really wanted it to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys what it says on the website. So this is supposed to be a silicone-free whipped mousse concealer that provides full coverage and a demi-matte finish that can be used to conceal, highlight, and contour. So it does say the concealer is weightless, buildable to full cover, that never looks cakey. It's hydrating, a creamy formula that has skin-nourishing ingredients and high pigment payoff. It says to avoid applying to the under eye area so as not to accentuate fine lines. So when I read that, I was kind of like, okay, so they're kind of giving away to you kind of that this product can accentuate fine lines. And that already was kind of like it's difficult, because sometimes concealers are not going to match your foundation shade 100%. So when you put a concealer on top of a foundation, you do have to blend it out as much as possible, and sometimes you do need to get to that lower lash line. So to say to avoid the under eye area so that you don't get fine lines showing is very difficult, especially for somebody like me and the way I apply my makeup. After using this product and reading the description is where I'm kind of going, okay, I kind of understand why they're telling us certain things on the description, but for being a concealer, I'm expecting something a little bit different. So I'm gonna tell you guys right off the bat, I am not a huge fan of the formula of this product. Now, I was assuming that this is gonna have a different formula. They did state this is a moussed, whipped cream, whatever formula. This is not supposed to be a liquid concealer. Going into buying this, I figured that this was gonna have a different texture to it. But I was assuming it was going to have a moussey texture, but maybe something more easy to use mousse. This is moussey to the touch, but it's very, very strange. A lot of people are complaining, and this is starting already. I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot more of this, because when you open up this product, guys, it looks like it has been used and it looks like it's dried out. And when I first opened this, I kind of stared at it for a few minutes and went, what is going on here? Like, it just honestly, it looks very strange. I think that this is the formula. I think that there might have been a little bit of a change in the formula from when they actually created this, because in my opinion, I don't see how this would pass like quality control. This automatically screams to me, oh my God, this is dried out. Somebody has used this, you know, and I would figure that that would be an automatic thing that would be talked about when this concealer was being created. So in my opinion, something changed in the concealer. I don't know what, and I don't think it's a batch problem. I was reading on Sephora because after I opened this and I went, why does this look like this? This looks really, really, really strange. I went onto Sephora and I started looking, and a lot of people are saying that their product looks exactly the same. A manufacturing standpoint, I don't understand how a batch could include so many different shades delivered to so many different regions. That's just my opinion. Now, I think that this is the formula. I just think that something may have happened to the formula in delivery. Maybe if this is delivered through air, maybe the pressure on a plane or something messed with the chemicals in this formula and made it stiffer, or I don't know, guys. Something is off. Here's my issue too. Like, let's say that this is what it was supposed to look like. This is the mousse formula. Yes, you're supposed to dunk this in here, pull it out, and look, you get like a little pink on the tip, and you're supposed to grab this, and even though it's a big clump, imagine this looks like clumpiness. Like, I don't even know how to describe. It's like clumps that get stuck on this. You're supposed to grab it with your finger because you have to be careful putting a whole clump on your face. Otherwise, you can have like huge thing of, you know, concealer. So you're gonna have to grab your finger, get a little bit of it, even it out, and then apply it that way. Maybe that was the intention, but it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, when you stick it in, you are getting product, but I almost feel like you're gonna have to start going like this and scraping around the sides to get this product onto the wand so that you get like that full amount of product on here. And it's just strange. Now, there's another theory that I have here. Maybe the packaging of this was not thought out right, and this should not have been inside of a tube like a concealer tube. Maybe they should have put it in a pod, because the formula of this doesn't match this tube. Like, if they had designed this formula for this tube, I don't understand that. It's really obnoxious. You're gonna get so much product clumped on your face if you just decide to apply this like this. Look how much came off there, uneven. If you just go like this, you're gonna get a huge bump right here, and then you're not gonna get hardly anything here. Like, it's awkward. The doe foot is huge. Like, I don't like the size of the doe foot. It's a very strange design to this tube. I personally don't think that this is worth $32 for the way that it's presented, because it's just way too hard to use. It doesn't flow on the face. It's just off. And I feel like you're gonna be running out of this. Like, it almost feels like it's empty, and it's not. This concealer, if it is this formula, should have been in something like this so that you could dip your finger in and put it on. I did apply it for you guys today. I don't know if this is the right formula. I don't know if there's a problem with the batch. I don't think there is. I honestly think this is the formula. I think it's the container they put it in, and I think that it's just not functioning together. I think they're just not jiving, and I do think the product may have gotten a little dried out, and that could also be back to the container it was put in. But I did try it on for you guys because, you know, there is a chance that some of you guys are still interested in it and you don't care about getting clumpiness and putting it on with your finger or not. So I did try it on because I'm gonna give this a go. I went ahead and applied it for you guys today. This is supposed to be a demi matte finish. It's not supposed to be 100% matte. It's supposed to have a little hydration to it. So I decided to do it two different ways. When I first started to apply this, like I said, I tried dotting it on my face and noticed that it was just gonna distribute way too much product and it was gonna be uneven. So I decided to just put it on my finger and kind of like dab it in the places that I wanted. That is the only way that I found that I can distribute this properly. And then I decided to try to use my beauty blender, and guys, it doesn't blend good with the beauty blender. It's just too moussey. It doesn't stay in place. It wasn't being very evenly distributed in my opinion, at least not the way I love my concealers to look. So I used my finger, and I feel like my finger did distribute the product good. I feel like it did blend really nice with my fingers, and I like the way that it was actually applying with the finger. So I went ahead and did the other side, and I kind of followed the same routine. I feel like the only way was the finger. I wasn't even going to attempt to brush, guys, because if the sponge was not distributing it right, the brush was going to be way too streaky. Like, I could see it, so I just used my finger, and I honestly think that, guys, this is like a finger application. 100%. Like, you got to get the product on your finger and you got to put it on like that. Like, that's almost like the only way that I think this product works. So I did it like that. I feel like it blended good. I feel like it kind of like, you know, it felt like it was going on pretty nicely. But I did feel like it needed a little bit of finishing touch with the sponge. So after I blended it with my finger and got everything like distributed nice, I kind of dabbed over it with the sponge just to kind of like, I don't know, kind of give it like that perfect effect. And I will tell you, I don't think it looks bad under the eyes. It actually looks pretty, but it's a little bit dry. Now, I thought it was going to be a lot more dry because I did swatch it on my hand and I was like, oh God, this is going to look so horrible on my eyes. Because when I put it on my hand, it literally looked like it dried out on my hand. And I was kind of like, ooh, like, how is this gonna work? If you guys have dry under eyes, this is not gonna work for you. It looks dry under my eyes. Not as much as I expected it to look dry, but it looks dry. So I decided that since I already could see that it looked a little dry, not to set it on one side and to set it on the other side, just to see, because setting with a powder can add a little bit more dryness to the under eye. So I wanted to kind of give it more of a chance on one side. The side that I set it actually looks a lot better than the side that I didn't set it. If you guys can see in this close-up, the side that I set it looks a little bit smoother. You can still see a few little wrinkles in there, and you could still see a little dry spots. But on the other side that I didn't set it, I see like this literally went inside of the few wrinkles that I have and made me look a little older than I really am. It kind of gave me like kind of like dryness areas, like it kind of looked dry. So the overall, if you look at it, it's not like it is horrible. But on me personally, I have normal combo skin. I guess my under eyes would be one that gets a little dry, but not like dry under eyes. Do you know what I mean? So I would say the concealer itself looks okay. If you have dry under eyes, this is not going to work for you. Definitely won't work for you. If you have mature skin, I would stay away from this. For me, it looks okay, almost verging on you know, so I'm not in love with this concealer at all. And another thing that's really interesting, guys, is that it doesn't feel like it's set down. Like, even the side that I set feels kind of like, if I go like this, I'm gonna move around the makeup. It's a little bit wet feeling, which is weird because it looks dry. So this is a very strange formula, and not strange in a good way, to be honest. It's strange in a weird way. Another thing is I got Sunlight, and I feel like Sunlight is a tad dark for me. When I swatched it on my hand, I did feel like it did oxidize a little bit. When you apply this, and if you even swatch it, it feels so dry. This formula feels extremely dry. It's so weird. But when you put it on your under eyes, it doesn't feel as dry on the under eyes as it does on the actual skin. But I still think, like, if you try to cake up this concealer, like to really cover, you're probably gonna look super cakey, because just even the way it looks on my hand, like, it just doesn't layer good even on my hand. So I have pretty dry hands, and if you guys can see how it looks on my hand, you can actually see all the little cracks of where my hand is dry, which is super unflattering. And my under eyes are not this dry, but for somebody who has dry under eyes, I just wanted to show you, look at how it looks on my hand. I really commend Lawless for trying their best to create these products that are so different and keeping everything clean and trying their best to formulate products with clean. But I don't think that this one hit the mark. I think that this one needs help. Like, I would personally even go as far as saying that if I was Lawless, I would pull this and put it in a different container and play with the formula a little bit more, because it's just not there. I honestly just feel like, since this formula was so different, there should have been little short Instagram videos on how to apply this properly, about how this was going to look when you receive it. There should have been a pre-warning of how different this was going to be. And since there wasn't, That's the only reason that I believe that something changed from the moment that this left the factory and got into the stores. Because if you knew that this was gonna be like this, and you knew millions of people were gonna get this and say, you would have given a little warning. It's been like 4 hours. I'm not gonna do a super long wear test with this. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna be able to recommend this concealer either way just because of the way it's packaged. I just don't like the way it's packaged. I think it lasted okay. I feel like I do have a lot of creasing under the eyes. The under eyes are pretty creasy. It looks okay though. It's not like bad or anything. You guys had a lot of questions for me, so that's why I'm kind of like, ugh. So on Instagram, I was asked if this is full coverage. I feel like the coverage is good. I don't think it's like extreme full coverage, because if you try to build it up, you're gonna start getting cakier, but I do think it's pretty decent coverage. So Burgundy's NYC is asking, do you have it set how long until you reapply? I definitely like the side that's set better than I like the side that I didn't set, and I would not reapply this because I think that it's gonna just get cakey for sure. And then on YouTube, I did have a few questions as well. So Makeup Junkie is asking, how does it compare to the new Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer? The Accomplice Concealer is a million times better. Like, I would not buy this one over that one. Patricia, if you have dry or wrinkled skin or any texture, I would stay away from this. I don't think it's gonna look good on you for sure. Like, even though the formula of this concealer isn't that bad, I can't recommend it based off of the way that this is distributed. I just think it's gonna be very messy. I don't know why this product is like this. If this is the consistency of it, then I just don't understand it. It just doesn't really make too much sense the way that it's packaged. So I can't recommend it for that reason. It's just, I feel like a lot of people are not gonna like this. So because of that, I don't want you guys to get let down. So I'm gonna tell you guys that the formula is not horrible. The formula doesn't look horrible on my eye. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.